Bill Gates is one such icon, an American entrepreneur, business mogul, and a prolific philanthropist who co-founded the Microsoft Corp in 1975. He is seen by the world as an innovative visionary who sparked a global computer revolution and, in the process, made himself the richest man on the planet. His net worth is estimated at $119.9 billion as of the 21st of December 2020. Even though his story is not exactly a rags to riches one, he has worked very hard to become what he is today. What makes Gates even more notable and remarkable is that as his wealth has grown, he has done more and more philanthropy work, donating billions of dollars to charity projects. Bill Gates was born on October 28, 1955, in Seattle, Washington. Son of a successful lawyer and a school teacher, he was a brilliant child. He was eager to learn to the point that he read the entire World Book Encyclopedia series from start to finish. He attended the Lakeside School, a rigorous Seattle private high school. It was there that he met and became friends with the future Microsoft co-founder Paul Allen. Gates believes that the Lakeside School played a major role in allowing Allen and him to experiment with computers and software. After graduating from Lakeside in 1973, Gates headed to Harvard. He had scored 1590 out of 1600 on the SAT and had entered as a pre-law major. He quickly changed his major to computer science. 2 years later, he dropped out of school to found Microsoft with Paul Allen. Allen dropped out of Washington College to join Gates. Despite strong objections from his parents, Gates made the bold move to end his promising academic life as he knew exactly where he wanted to be. He had faith in himself and in his own capabilities. He wanted to be at the forefront of computer software design, and he didn't want to delay it by staying in college. They started a new software company in Albuquerque, New Mexico. They called it Microsoft. This was soon to be changed to Microsoft as they moved their company to Bellevue, Washington. Their formal partnership agreement put Gates at a 64% to 36% split. It is said that once they were in Bellevue, Gates told one of his programmers that he had two ambitions: to develop software that would make a computer easy enough for his mum to use, and to build a company larger than his father's law firm. Both goals were reached. In 1980, IBM, one of the largest technology companies of the era, asked Microsoft to write software to run their new personal computer, the IBM PC. Gates was a smart businessman, and he tactfully negotiated for Microsoft to keep all the licensing rights for the operating system, so that they earned money for every computer sold first by IBM, and later by all the other companies that made PC computers. Jack Sams, the IBM's executive who negotiated the deal with Gates, said this about their meeting: "When someone came out to take us to his office, I thought the guy was the office boy. It was Bill. And by the time you were with Bill for 15 minutes, you no longer thought about how old he was or what he looked like. He had the most brilliant mind that I have ever dealt with." By 1991, Microsoft would be making $200 million a year on sales of MS-DOS. The deal with IBM launched a period of spectacular growth for Microsoft, even though its revenue had doubled each year since its inception. From 1981 to 1990, annual revenues would grow to $1.2 billion. Over the same period, the number of employees would grow from 128 to 5,635. Unfortunately, by 1983, Allen had been diagnosed with Hodgkin's disease and he resigned from the company. Gates was expanding Microsoft in major new directions. He pushed Microsoft into developing applications for as many platforms as possible, Windows and Macintosh. By 1983, Microsoft was going global with offices in the UK and Japan, An estimated 30% of the world's computers ran on its software. In 1986, Gates moved the company's headquarters to Redmond, Washington, where there was room to expand. Also, in 1986, Gates took Microsoft public. The company's initial stock was sold at $21 a share. This made the 31-year-old Bill Gates a multi-millionaire. By 1987, the company's stock was traded at over $90 per share, making Gates a billionaire. In 1987, Gates met the Microsoft product manager, Melinda French. The couple married on January 1st, 1944, in Hawaii. They have 3 children, 2 girls and a boy. Microsoft kept growing. It introduced Microsoft Office in 1989. The success of Microsoft Office was such that gave Microsoft a virtual monopoly on operating systems of PCs. Ultimately, it was Gates' passion for his work, his super competitive drive, his unrelenting work ethics, and his aggressive negotiating skills that made him a powerful force in the business. An intense businessman who typically put in 16-hour days and took only 3-day vacations in the first 5 years after establishing the corporation was what made him different from the other leaders in his field. In the 1990s, Gates weathered a tough legal battle with a string of antitrust lawsuits. Despite his denials of any wrongdoings, Microsoft ended up paying hefty fines. However, they rose above it, avoided a breakup, and kept innovating and prospering. In 1997, Gates and his family moved into a 55,000 square foot, $54 million house on the shore of Lake Washington. Today, it's worth an estimated $121 million. Included in his mansion's many rooms is a huge domed library filled with books. Gates is an avid reader. Among his possessions is Leonardo da Vinci's Codex Leicester, a 15th century manuscript that Gates bought at an auction for $30.8 million in 1994. He has an extensive art collection as well. In 1998, he set a record for American art when he paid $36 million for Winslow Homer's Lost on the Grand Banks. He also owns a Mediterranean-style home in Wellington, Florida, and a luxury home in Del Mar, California. Gates has always had a thing for fast cars and owns a luxury collection of sports cars. In the early years of Microsoft, he bought a 1979 Porsche 911 that he used to race around the desert. That car was auctioned off for $80,000 in 2012. When it comes to things that he likes, he is not frugal about it. He even owns a private jet, a Bombardier BD-800 Global Express, valued at $19.5 million. In 2000, Gates stepped down from the day-to-day operations of Microsoft, but remained chairman of the board. In 2004, the visionary Gates doubled the company's research and development budget to $6.8 billion and began pushing a new Windows personal computer operating system codenamed Longhorn. By 2007, the Microsoft campus would occupy 388 acres and would accommodate 70 buildings. That is the year that Harvard awarded him an honorary doctorate of law degree. In 2014, Gates left Microsoft to concentrate on his philanthropic mission. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation is the largest private foundation in the world with over $46 billion in assets. The foundation, which has secured billions of dollars from other wealthy benefactors such as Warren Buffett, is primarily dedicated to enhancing healthcare and alleviating poverty around the world. Gates has received numerous awards for philanthropic work. Time magazine named Gates one of the most influential people of the 20th century. Bill Gates always teaches young entrepreneurs the value of time so that they wouldn't waste away their precious work hours. As one of his quotes reflects, "No matter how much money you have, you can't buy more time." These are some of his famous quotes. Television is not real life. In real life, people actually have to leave the coffee shop and go to jobs. To win big, you sometimes have to take big risks. Don't compare yourself with anyone in this world. If you do so, you are insulting yourself. It's fine to celebrate success, but it's more important to heed the lessons of failure. If you don't build your dream, someone else will hire you to build theirs. If there is a key takeaway from his life, it's that you should not let failures stop you from pursuing your dreams. Please comment, share, like, and subscribe